What's happening in our scientific institutions right now is a book burning. This weekend, my colleague Dan at Sequencer wrote a case for calling this what it is. First, here's a little recap of the shit show that's been transpiring. We're seeing websites for scientific information and for public health vanishing in real time. This includes sites for CDC, NIH, NSF, NASA. Scientists have been frantically racing to download their data because this is an unprecedented level of restriction and censorship. A couple of weeks ago, the administration halted NIH grant review session, the meetings that decide what scientific research gets funding out of a bucket of $50 billion a year. Those seem to be restarting, but not without wrecking opportunities for research deemed threatening by conservative, white, religious right. NASA employees are being ordered to scrub mentions of specific terms from web pages, and the administration has acted to dismantle USAID, and that's a vital government agency that supports global public health, among a lot of other things. A week ago, the National Science Foundation froze funding that goes to support research projects, but also scientists' livelihoods, grad students, postdocs, worried about being able to pay their bills. A federal judge blocked that spending freeze, but the NSF is still having to review grants and grant applications for whatever uses for that money the Trump administration might deem out of bounds. This means terms like women and people of color are taboo. I understand if book burning sounds hyperbolic or alarmist to you, but something to consider is that this is what destroying information looks like in the 21st century. Purging government websites for tuberculosis surveillance and contraception and trans health care. It's less dramatic than literal flames in the street, but you have to remember that the signaling and fear are the point. Before Trump even took office, we saw red states like Texas intimidate women and doctors with inhumane abortion restrictions. And the thing is, you don't actually have to sentence a woman or a doctor to prison for life. If you can make them fear these consequences, if you can make them fear losing their rights, then you can sway society towards whatever repressive authoritarian goals that you have. And this fear now that exists among scientists pursuing a certain type of research or publishing or speaking out against whatever, that's very much the point. It's a scary time out there, and none of this is normal.